Hi there, I'm Justin. If you found this channel through my shorts, thank you for being here. I wanted to make this longer video because my story isn't something that fits into 60 seconds. It's layered, it's messy in places, and it's hard to explain, but it's real and it's mine. This video isn't me claiming to have all the answers, it's just me sharing my honest opinion about my experiences that have shaped my life, my identity and my faith. I was born with the name Richard, and for a long time I struggled with who I was, not just in a normal growing up way, but on a deeper level. I often felt out of place, like I didn't quite belong anywhere. I was sensitive, I felt things deeply, I noticed things others didn't seem to notice. And a lot of the time I didn't really understand myself. I just knew something felt different. That feeling stayed with me as I grew up, and it shaped the way I moved through the world. One of the earliest moments that I had a huge impact on me happened when I was younger, when I saved my brother and sister from a house fire. That's not something you ever forget. It's not something that leaves you. Moments like that change how you see responsibility, fear, protection and purpose. You grow up quickly after something like that, and it leaves a mark on you in ways you don't fully understand until years later. As I got older, I started having experiences that I can only describe as spiritual. Not in a dramatic, movie-like way, not voices, not visions, but moments of deep inner clarity, a sense of being guided, a feeling that something bigger than me was present in my life. There were times where I felt like God was speaking to my heart, not audibly, but in a way that was impossible for me to ignore. Moments where something would settle in me with such clarity that I knew I had to pay attention to it. I know people hear things like that and had different reactions. Some believe it, some don't. That's okay. I'm not here to convince anyone of anything. I'm just sharing how it felt to me and how real those moments were in shaping who I became. There was also a moment in my life where I prayed for someone who was struggling physically, and something changed for them afterwards. I'm not presenting that as proof of anything. I'm not trying to make a claim. I'm just being honest about my experience. What I do know is that it impacted me deeply. It made faith feel real in a way I couldn't ignore, and it stayed with me. But alongside all of that, my life wasn't some kind of spiritual fairy tale. I struggled a lot. One of the hardest battles I faced has been gambling addiction. And like most addictions, it didn't start dramatically. It started small, it started quietly, and before I realised what was happening, it had a grip on me. It affected my thinking, it affected my emotions, it affected my choices. That's an important part of my story too, because it shows something real. You can have spiritual experiences and still struggle deeply. You can believe in God and still wrestle with destructive patterns. You can be trying to do your best and still feel lost at times. That doesn't make you a failure, it makes you human. All of these experiences, the trauma, the faith moments, the struggles, the searching, eventually led to a turning point in my life. Changing my name from Richard to Justin wasn't about escaping who I was. It was about acknowledging the journey I've been on and stepping into who I felt I was meant to be. It represented a growth, healing, identity, honesty. That's why my book is called A Boy Called Richard, Who Became a Man of God Called Justin. Not because I think I'm special, but because it tells the truth of the journey I've lived. I'm starting this channel because I know there are other people out there who feel lost, confused, searching, or quietly carrying experiences they don't know how to talk about. People who don't fit neatly into boxes, people who have faith but also doubt, people who've been through things that shape them deeply, people who are trying to make sense of life. Now, I'm not here to preach at you, I'm not here to tell you what to believe, I'm just here to speak honestly about my own journey. This is only the beginning of the story. There's a lot more I'll share over time. More detail, more context, more honesty. But if anything in this video resonates with you, if you've ever felt out of place, if you've ever struggled internally while trying to keep going, if you've ever had questions you didn't feel safe asking, you're not alone here. Thanks for listening, and if you'd like to stay and hear more of the story, you're very welcome. Or you can go on Amazon and you can find my book on there to buy, which says everything. Thank you.